This concludes the broadcast day for K-Okla in Burke Burnett, Texas. Red River Rock and Roll. In New York, it's 1 a.m. Still fun city. In L.A., 10 at night, party time. But deep in the heart of Texas, it's 12 midnight. Ain't nothing going on.
Watching your ass. The guy behind this camera, he's a sexy motherfucker.
Hop in the wagon, man. Yeah.
Come on, Franklin. It's gonna be a fun trip.
Chain.
Welcome back to the channel for another horror convention walkthrough video. Wow, it feels good to say that again.
It's been a while.
This time we are back at the Houston Horror Film Festival 2025 at the Houston Marriott Westchase. There was no way I was going to miss this convention this year because they had a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 reunion. Sadly, Bob Elmore passed just a few weeks before the convention, but he had fully intended to be there, and it breaks my heart that I never got to meet him in person.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. The Buzz is back. Directed by Toby Hooper.
So in attendance we did have Bill Moseley.
I wanna buy some radio ad time.
Are you fucking crazy? We are closed.
Bill Johnson. And the beautiful Caroline Williams.
It's 8:11 Texas time on a Friday night. I know nobody's listening because y'all are all zooming, but I got a shot of hot rock and roll for you anyway. K-Okla Red River Rock and Roll request.
Oh, my kid banana.
So it was really cool to get her back to her hometown of Houston, Texas for this convention. Of course, I had to get an autograph and selfie with her at her table. We talked about her being a Houston native and other Texas stuff like Whataburger. She's a dream, and talking with her took me back to 6th grade, falling in love with her for the very first time watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And my biggest highlight of my weekend was her professional photo op. I'll let the photo and my smile speak for itself, but it was amazing.
Bubba likes her. Bubba's got a girlfriend. 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 Bubba's got a girlfriend.
I did want to mention Cakes by Jennifer, my favorite local scary sweets maker. They are always ready with convention-specific treats, so I had to pick up not one, but 2 of their stretch iced sugar cookies. I didn't try the others, but I'm almost certain these tasted better than any of the other ones on the table. Hopefully you noticed in the thumbnail or the intro, Police Officer Bob and Raspberry Rasputin in their amazing Chop Top and Stretch team-up cosplay. It was my all-time favorite of the weekend. So great. So Friday night, we wandered over just across the way to the shopping center next door, and there was a nice Italian place called Forno's, I believe it's pronounced, and I got an amazing pizza. Well worth the walk, and the price was insane. It was super affordable, but the food was top-notch. So highly recommend Forno's if that's how you say it. Another favorite vendor of everyone, I'm sure, is Paul Bearer Press. So I had to stop by and see Craig. I had been eyeballing this green and red sick Evil Dead hat that they had. I was bird dogging it Friday, but waited till Saturday hoping it would still be there, and behold, there it was. So Greg hooked me up with a really sweet hat. Ended up wearing the hat on Sunday, ran into another favorite vendor and local legend.
This is Dan McFarland with Houston Skateboards. We're here with Laser Wagon. Hop in the wagon, loser. Perfect.
A big supporter of the channel, so I'm a big supporter of him and his sick decks. So please check out Dan McFarland at Houston Skateboards. He is cool as hell.
Big fan of Laser Wagon. Been watching it for years. This is the #1 horror movie reporter I know. I can't believe it. We ran into each other. We always have the best time. You should be here. You should be here, man.
A couple of my friends that were there, of course, SoCal Leatherface was there. Captain Cutter, he also helped with hamming it up to the camera. He's such a fun guy. Jesse, love you, brother. Who else? Flesh Wadko was with SoCal Leatherface and trying her hat literally in cosplay. She did a pretty amazing Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange. She had an Alex costume that was pretty right on, and she may be a cosplayer before we know it. And it's trade her vendor hat for a costume. And then Jenny Lane, it was her birthday, so happy birthday, Jenny Lane. And of course, Camper Kara 666 was there. She had a great cosplay too for Tracy Lords. Looked amazing with her teeth. It was very scary. And then Lancer Dancer, come on, man. Lance was there, such a cool guy. I gave him a stack of Laser Wagon stickers to pass out. So hopefully Lance is out there spreading the good word. One of the most exciting things was getting to run into other content creators, specifically horror content creators. The Horror Cat Dad, what a cool guy, man. I was lucky I saw him on Sunday because we were probably about 20 minutes from hitting the door leaving, and he stopped me in the green room, the big green room, not like where the celebrities hang out. But we got to talk about his channel and my channel, did a sticker swap, and I hope to be able to talk with him more in the future at other cons, or as well as I saw he's got like a live stream video that he does. So please go subscribe to the Horror Cat Dad. No, Boogie Manny was awesome. He stopped me down there in the lobby. We did a sticker trade, and he even hit us with a hop in the wagon loser. So I had to include that in the intro there. What a cool guy. Please go check out Boogie Manny. He's got so many great followers, and he's just putting out a lot of good quality content, just like Horror Cat Dad. So love to see these people, meet him in person, and can't wait to see him at the next one and set the camera down and just grab a beer and just kick back and talk with them and talk shop and talk scary movies. One cool thing that we did before the show, and I wish we could turn this into a sort of semi-annual tradition if it lines up right, but we went and checked out Weapons. Had opened the morning of the convention, and so Sam and I decided to get into town early, catch like a 10:30 show of Weapons, and we were blown away. I know I'm sure it's polarizing like everything else, and like I say, thank God movies are subjective, but for my incredibly impossible to obtain attention span, and Weapons was where it's at. And I'm partial because after I saw Barbarian, anything that director, writer does, I'm in. So, and I was in, and I was hook, line, and sinker, and couldn't have been happier. So for me, Weapons. Go see the other food. I think Saturday morning we strolled over to the Broken Egg and had a quick breakfast over there just to break up the hotel food. We had some food at the hotel as well, and 1 or 2 beers, I think, all weekend. But it's such a great convention. This convention has exploded in the past few years, and I hope it just keeps exploding. So go support Houston Horror Film Festival. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please consider sharing it. Subscribing to the channel would help a ton. Like it. Let me know in the comments below. I know that I missed some of the most kick-ass cosplay that was there because I see it later in the feed, and I just wish I could be everywhere at once, but I can't. So let me know what your favorite cosplay was, what your favorite merch was. Did you get one of the Tell Your Mom About It Laser Wagon podcast stickers? And if you did you tell your mom, or where are you going to put it? And the King Kong stickers, that was Lancer Dancer's favorite, I believe. So I kept feeding him those. I said, man, pass these out. You're going to get them around a lot more than I will. So anyway, appreciate supporting the channel. More podcasts coming, more conventions coming. next convention for me should be Spooky Empire in Orlando. Fingers crossed that this happens. I can't wait. This has always been a convention I've wanted to go to. But enough about that. Let's go to Houston Horror Film Festival 2025 at the Houston West Chase Marriott.
What's up, guys? It's Boogie Manny. Just here to say, hop in the wagon, loser. Did I say that right?
No.
No, he's sleeping.
What's up, girl?
I love this.
I love it.
I love you.
Yeah, I'm dying. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna cool off. I think I got too hot out there.